There I am. How's it going, everybody? Here we are. Just a surprise little live stream here. Had a free night, so thought I might as well just come on here and answer some of your guys' questions. There's been a lot going on in the entertainment world as of late, hasn't there? But happy to excited. I'm excited to discuss all this with you guys here tonight. I'm happy to answer all of your guys' questions as always. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that thumbs up also. I wanted to take this opportunity as well to say thank you to everybody who supported the channel up to this point. We recently just passed 700 over here, which is just nuts. I mean, I never in a million years thought it would reach that height, but you guys helped me get there. I didn't get here all by myself. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you, everybody. It's a real treat to be able to do this with you guys. And man, oh man, it's been it's pretty darn eventful over here. We are live in the chat. What do we got going on over here? My guy Luke Ponto, what's up, dude? I'm always happy to chat with you, my friend. Also, if anybody has any requests for the Halloween playlist this year, I'm going to be doing a lot of scary movie reviews coming up very, very soon. I'm going to be seeing Candyman tomorrow night with a few co-workers of mine. So really, really excited to check that out and review that one for you guys too. Shang-Chi, I'm not seeing Shang-Chi until opening night, honestly. I have not been able to get an early screener whatsoever for it, but I'm going to be seeing it with all the fans. So, that's one of the best ways to watch it, honestly, is with a bunch of hardcore, diehard Marvel fans. And Shang-Chi, I'm hearing it's like top 10 Marvel films now, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me know if you guys have any requests or any requests for new reviews. I'm always game to listen to them. Just gotta send something out really quick, but feel free to send all those questions in. We are live here on Zack Talk Live. We got this. All right. And I'm cracking open a cold Pepsi here, of course. What are you guys drinking? Let me know down in that chat there. Luke is asking, what's your favorite parody movie? Not Borat. Not Borat. I don't think Borat's funny at all. I requested, I don't know, requested, but I did tell Luke here that he should watch Hot Rod, and he did watch it and he reviewed it on his channel. Go ahead and check him out and subscribe to him if you haven't already. But I would say Hot Rod is for sure up there. Shaun of the Dead, if you could call that a parody movie. Edgar Wright basically went in there and he basically went in there and redefined what a zombie movie is. So, it's Shaun of the Dead is hilarious. That might be actually, like, thinking about it, that might be my favorite Edgar Wright film. Yes, more than Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I know Luke is going to hate me for that. But, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Rod. I like any good parody movie. Those are all great. Adrian, got to say what's up. How's it going in the chat right there? How you doing tonight? Luke is drinking Coke. Oh, no. We're going to have an issue. We're going to have an issue, my friend, because this is better. I like Coke just fine, but nothing beats that. Nothing beats that. It's so great. Tyler Durden, how's it going? How you doing? Favorite movie from the 90s? Oh, yeah. You guys are hitting me with the hard questions already. I'm loving it. Guys. I'll take anything. Just so long as you don't ask me what I had for breakfast this morning, and everybody in the chat is going to ask me what I had for breakfast in a few minutes. But favorite movie from the 90s? Oh, God. I could do like a top 10 movies from the 90s. I could list off Shawshank Redemption for sure. That one is up there. Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is honestly, Forrest Gump might be my top one. Forrest Gump is nothing beats it. Nothing beats it. I think it's one of the best movies ever made. Schindler's List. As depressing as it is, one of the greatest movies ever made for sure. Jurassic Park. I mean, again, I feel like I've said this before, but can you believe that Spielberg made Jurassic Park and Schindler's List in the same year, 1993? The banner year for him. Banner year. I could also list off, like, I mean, even Tarantino, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs. He was really, really cranking them out in the 90s. I mean, I like a lot of them. I mean, I could do a top 10 from the, by the way, somebody did request that I do the top 10 shocking movies I've never seen on Twitter. I'm actually thinking of hitting up that challenge pretty soon. I don't know. Expect that video as soon as either next week or the week after. I've got a lot of new films, a lot of new TV shows to catch up on. I know the finale of iCarly is airing on Paramount Plus right now. I'm seeing Candyman, like I said, tomorrow. But with that being said, I'm super excited to bring it all to you guys. And I did announce the James Bond Daniel Craig playlist already, did I not? If not, there it is. There it is. I'm super excited to bring that playlist to you guys. There's 4 retro reviews in the hype up for No Time to Die. Super excited to check those out again. I haven't seen Casino Royale in a while. I gotta get my Casino Royale fix. That's gonna be coming out either next week or the week after. I'm gonna try and get them out on Wednesdays. Adrian says Hot Fuzz is your favorite Wright film. That's a good one. That's a really, really good film. I love Hot Fuzz. I remember the first time I ever watched Hot Fuzz was with my buddy Cisco from the Spoken Misc Spotify channel. Love that film. Love that film. So funny. I mean, that whole Cornetto trilogy. Like, I mean, The World's End, I wasn't as big of a fan of The World's End as I was the other two, but I mean, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost can do no wrong together with Edgar Wright in the director's chair. Movies and Train Studios, how you doing, my friend? How's it going? We're just discussing random topics right now. Luke says, challenge. Do a try not to laugh challenge while watching Hot Rod. Dude, I would lose. I would lose like within the first 2 minutes because that is just the most... Hot Rod, I would say, is the most random sequence of events ever put into 90 minutes. And it stars Andy Samberg, like a bunch of old SNL people. Love it. So funny. Tyler Durden, he didn't say Fight Club. How could I not? I'm not supposed to talk about it, Tyler Durden. I'm not supposed to. That's the rule. I'm not supposed to break the rule about talking about that movie. But I do love it. I do love it. I did do a David Fincher stream with Ren Geekness, Leo Rydell of Geekly Goods, and Jacob Hubbard, who also will be appearing on the channel this Sunday for yet another live stream, which I'll talk about in a second. But I did say that Fight Club is my favorite film, my David Fincher. So love it. That's a film I gave a perfect A+ to. Go check out that review if you haven't yet, Tyler. What about The Matrix? Love The Matrix. Love The Matrix. That is the only good Matrix film out there right now. Reloaded and Revolutions are terrible. Don't like them at all. So boring. But yeah, 1999. That was a big year for cinema. That was the year Matrix, Fight Club. You got Toy Story 2, The Sixth Sense came out in 1999. That was an interesting Phantom Menace, obviously, but nobody ever talks about the Phantom Menace anymore. But yeah, let me know what your guys' favorite Star Wars movie is down in the chat right there. Gotta love Star Wars for sure. Movies and Train Studios. Here's his Edgar Wright ranking. Top 4 are all 5-star movies for him. He's going Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Baby Driver. Love Baby Driver. Scott Pilgrim and The World's End. I love all of those. I love every single one of those films. Yeah, I would agree The World's End is probably at the bottom of the list for me too. Can't wait for Last Night in Soho. Cannot wait for Last Night in Soho. Edgar Wright is really digging into the horror films, isn't he? Love it. Love it. It's so awesome. Favorite comedy from the 2000s? Oh, man, you guys are really hitting me with the hard ones. There's a lot of really good comedies from that decade. Are we just talking about like the whole new millennium, or are we just talking about that decade, the 2000 aughts? If that's the case, I mean, I can throw out a few at you. Bruce Almighty. Bruce Almighty is really funny. I mean, Adam Sandler's comedies are not very good per se. But I grew up watching Click. Click is hilarious. I think it's I don't really think that's a movie that gets enough attention in my eyes. It's Adam Sandler does give a very good performance in it, and it's just funny. It's just funny. I laugh at it. It's silly. And Christopher Walken's in the movie. What more can you ask for? Movies and Trains says Edgar Wright is his favorite director. Cannot wait for Last Night in Soho, even though I wasn't completely sold by the trailer. Yeah, it's I actually, believe it or not, I have not seen one trailer for Last Night in Soho. I know, kill me, but I would really, I'm so curious to see what he does with that film. It looks so beautiful. Luke says he recently picked up Scott Pilgrim versus the World on 4K. Yeah, because it's I believe it's the 10th anniversary this year of Scott Pilgrim. I just have the Blu-ray up here still. I don't have the 4K version of it yet, but honestly, this is still a super fun film. I always forget that where is he? There he is, Chris Evans. I always forget that he appears in the film. And he's freaking hilarious too. Love it. How did I forget about Step Brothers? How did I forget? I love that film so much. I could quote that film like nobody's business. That, I think, might be my answer. That's one of my favorite comedies of the 2000s. That and Talladega Nights. I love Will Ferrell so much. And I love Elf. I reviewed Elf last Christmas on the channel. Tyler, you're not even a Will Ferrell fan. What? Love Will Ferrell. He's so funny. Movies and Trades. How would you compare the two Batman v Superman cuts? He's watching the Ultimate Edition for the first time, and it's a big improvement over the theatrical cut. Yeah. Ultimate cut is the best one. I was about to say the Snyder cut, but that's something completely different. That's for the Justice League. But it tells you, long day at work, but I'm happy to be here, guys. Definitely would say the Ultimate Edition. That R rating really helps out. And even though that original theatrical cut, 2.5 hours, that Ultimate Edition fills in a lot of the gaps that were left over in the theatrical cut, which I found incredibly disappointed back in 2016. I mean, I still own the Blu-ray. Obviously, it still has the Ultimate Edition and everything, but yeah, Ultimate Edition takes the cake for sure. And my buddy Zack Milne, I got to give a shout out to him in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Got to get him back on the live stream sooner or later. Wanted to show the support. Congrats on 700 subs. Thank you so much. Again, guys, I'm still freaking floored by you guys. Thank you all so much for helping me get here. It really does mean the world. D Movie Man, how you doing, man? Name a film that either introduced you to horror or helped you appreciate the horror genre. Actually, that's a question I can't answer for you. Scream, the first Scream film. So my dad actually, when I was growing up, used to host rather big scary movie nights at my house growing up. And what would happen so my mom doesn't like scary movies. So this would just be like, my dad and my little brother, and we would basically just pick a random scary movie and we would just sit around and watch it. And Scream was actually the first scary movie he ever sat us down for. That's the first one he introduced us to. And that's what really kind of opened my eyes and really helps me discover a brand new realm of filmmaking. Because like when I was a little kid, I was really chicken to watch a lot of those movies. But he showed us Scream and I was hooked. I was in there and I wanted to see every single scary movie I could. So after that, it was Silence of the Lambs. It was, he showed us Children of the Corn, which had a huge impact on me as a kid. What else did he show us? I think Misery was in that bunch as well. But yeah, thank you, Dad, for helping me get into horror films. But that was, to answer your question, Movie Man, Scream, the first Scream film. Interested to see what they do with the fifth one. What movies do you think were big snubs for the Oscars last year? Mine would be Let Him Go. Yeah, that was Let Him Go was a hidden gem. I think Diane Lane and Kevin Costner both should have gotten at least some consideration in the acting category. That was certainly a dark horse to win Best Picture, though, or even get nominated for it, because it was still a loaded category for sure. But big snubs. I mean, I know I've done streams on this, but now I'm just like blanking on them. I mean, I would say one thing I will say about last year's Oscars, I don't think Nomadland should have won Best Picture. Yes, best director, Chloe Zhao. Perfect. Yeah, she deserved that win. And I was so happy to see that in the Eternals trailer from Academy Award winning director Chloe Zhao. That just warmed my heart, guys. You have no idea. But best picture, no. Best picture, I think, should have gone to either Judas and the Black Messiah or Minari. Both of those films were considerably better than Nomadland and a lot more interesting than Nomadland. I think Pineapple Express, Adrian says, is my favorite comedy. To be honest, this one is one of the only comedies that I really find funny. You know what that makes me think of? I know it's not 2000s, but I was introduced to This Is the End not too long ago. It's one of my favorite comedies with James Franco. Love that film. So funny. Movies and Trains, another Batman v Superman question. Which action sequence is better to you? The warehouse sequence or the dream sequence? I mean, both of those involve Batman killing people. So I would say it makes more sense in the dream sequence. So I'll just say that one. Favorite Marvel movie? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. That one is number 2 for me. Homecoming and Infinity War are good as well. It's honestly a toss-up for me between Infinity War and Endgame. That was really the big end of an era for Marvel. And Thanos really, he came in and everybody thought he was going to be the weakest link of Infinity War, but turned out he was the strongest part. And he was basically the main character of Infinity War. It was his movie. It was his story, which I really, really respected that approach. So, I mean, by the way, did you guys see that? You guys have been catching up on What If, yeah? Don't think I haven't been watching What If. I love that show. It's so fun. The Guardians of the Galaxy one with the late Chadwick Boseman has been my favorite so far. I was not expecting Thanos to appear as a Ravager. Spoiler alert. I was not expecting Thanos to appear for the good guys. It was so funny. And the dark comedy that he had, like in his line delivery, superb. Absolutely superb. I think that Let Him Go should have been on the Oscars, but the biggest snub of any year for the Oscars, Denzel Washington and Man on Fire. You guys are going to kill me for this. I have not seen Man on Fire, but Movies and Trades, I will take your word for it. That movie's probably going to go on my shocking 10 movies I've never seen before. What's a classic film that didn't quite resonate with you when you finally watched it? Movie Man says. Ooh, classic film. I mean, we're talking like before the 50s, right? You know, because I will say Citizen Kane, a lot of people say that's the greatest movie of all time. And those people are certainly well warranted and they're entitled to their opinions. What Orson Welles did with Citizen Kane, especially for 1941, revolutionary to say the least. But in my opinion, Citizen Kane still has one of the biggest plot holes in all of cinema history. Because, spoiler alert, if you've never seen Citizen Kane, it's been out for, 80 years at this point. It's coming out on Criterion, for crying out loud, November. But in any regard, Charles, God, I'm blanking on his name. I'm blanking on that easy one. But Mr. Kane's final words were Rosebud. And apparently that was well documented, even though he was living all by himself. So how could they have possibly known that that was his final word, was Rosebud? So that's just some food for thought. Tyler Durden says favorite movies of the last decade, and he's talking from the 20-teens now. Social Network, Inception, Kingsman, The Secret Service. That's an interesting one in your top list. Yeah, that's a fun one. I would say, yeah, Inception is up there for me. Interstellar is not. I think Interstellar is so overrated now. I have rewatched Interstellar recently, and it didn't resonate with me as much as the other 2 times that I've watched it. Favorite movies of the 2010s. That's such an overwhelming question, man. That's such an overwhelming question. Oh my word. I mean, Endgame and Infinity War, that's a cop-out, though. I would say Django Unchained is one of them. That's actually my favorite of Tarantino's films. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has got to be up there. La La Land, I know Leo's going to hate me for that one if he watches this replay. I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but La La Land, that movie really, it spoke to me. because that is pretty much a love letter to the struggling artist living out, not only just living down in LA, even though it's called La La Land, but I would say that it is a love letter to any struggling artist out there. And here's to the fools who dream. Perfect resonating lyrics there. What are some films you consider visual masterpieces? That's a great question, movie man. And I'm glad you asked me, because here it is. Here's one right here. Blade Runner 2049, Roger Deakins' long overdue Oscar win for this one. Visual masterpiece for sure. Fully investing story, not necessarily. It is very, very long, but really got to respect what Denis Villeneuve did with that film. I don't really want to say that's his best film, though. I mean, I don't even think it's my favorite. Prisoners is probably my favorite of his, but did a great job on that film. Oh, man. Yeah, I know. I got to see Man on Fire. Now, apparently. Adding that to the list. What's a movie in your collection you wish you never owned? It's down here on my bottom shelf. I'm not going to pull it out, but I own both Maleficent films. I really don't need to own those because both those films are trash. They suck. Seriously. They went the Wicked route with the first film. Spoiler warning. Again, I don't really give a crap, but Maleficent is 7 years old, so I'm going to spoil some shit for you because it has to happen with Maleficent. So basically, they went the Wicked/Frozen route with Princess Aurora, where the true love's kiss is the only thing to wake her up, and the prince tries to kiss her, and she doesn't wake up from the prince's kiss. She wakes up from Maleficent's kiss on the forehead. Why? Why does it need to exist? Because Disney wants to make more money. But anyway, Movies and Trains asks me Creed or Creed 2. First one. Some people can think it's a toss-up. I really, really dig the second one, but I would say, first Creed resonates more with me, for sure. Gotta say what's up to Alex in the chat right there. How you doing, my friend? He's asking me if I finally figured out how many Blu-rays I own at this point. Not yet. I've lost count. I lost count somewhere around 500. That was years ago. So definitely some more than that. Any film scores that I enjoy or appreciate? Oh, man, you guys are really, really packing it on with these loaded questions here, aren't you? I love it. But film scores, I would say anything that Ennio Morricone did, superb, absolutely superb. I love any John Williams score, of course. That is, that's a given. Everybody loves John Williams. I would say his best score, John Williams, I would say Jurassic Park. That would probably be my favorite John Williams anthem. I know he did the Star Wars stuff, and that's all well and good, but I think Jurassic Park is probably my favorite theme of his overall. I think that's the best fit. Got to say what's up to Nick from Nick's Film Corner. How you doing, my friend? Go and subscribe to his channel as well. He says, congrats on 7 hundo. Thank you so very much, Nick. That really does mean the world. Tyler is asking me a really interesting question. Am I excited for No Way Home? Shouldn't even be a question, Tyler. I'm so pumped for it. And that trailer, don't think I didn't watch the trailer, because I totally did. It really brought me back to feeling like a little kid again. Just hearing Willem Dafoe's voice as the Green Goblin again, and that pumpkin bomb thrown on the bridge. Oh, God, it was so awesome. And actually seeing Alfred Molina appearing as Doc Ock, that just warmed my heart so much. One thing, I've got a bone to pick with some of you people on Twitter who I'm actually seeing are bothered by the fact that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were left out of the trailer. Here's the thing, guys. Leave that surprise for the movie. Leave it for the movie theater, and leave that pop for actually the big premiere and the big reveal there. If you just revealed it in the trailers, that's it. Marvel just showed you all their cards. And they just made you excited for just a little trailer, but you got to go to the theater to get more. You know what I mean? This is just a teaser. I mean, they could appear in the final trailer for all that I know. I don't think they should. I absolutely don't think they should show up until you actually see them in the film. But I absolutely do think that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are appearing in some facet as multiverse variants of Spider-Man, of Peter Parker, as it were. Because honestly, if you have their main nemesis from their films appearing in Tom Holland's third film, like it just wouldn't make any sense to just have their antagonists and not the protagonists appear. You know what I mean? But yeah, keep that a secret. Keep that a secret. I'm all for it. I still honestly have PTSD from the Wonder Woman Batman v Superman reveal, if we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But yeah, really, really cool. Do I see myself rewatching Blood Diamond? I think I've only watched it once, and it was years ago. I enjoyed it, but I don't know. I don't really see myself ever rewatching it. I liked it though for what it was. The rewatchability factor just isn't there for me. If I have an iPhone, go to the App Store and download the app called My Movies. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that after I log off tonight for sure. Movie Man, yes to Ennio Morricone. I love his score for the film Melina. Yeah, that's a fantastic score. I mean, I love all the stuff he did for all the spaghetti westerns. Actually, Tarantino bringing him in for The Hateful Eight, hearing those sounds, love it. I agree. In my last Blu-ray collection, James Franco should have won and been nominated an Oscar for The Disaster Artist. Yep, he should have. He was totally snubbed. He won a Golden Globe, which is kind of a taboo topic now, apparently. But he should have been nominated for an Oscar, and he should have won it. I think that was the year Gary Oldman won, I want to say, for when he played Churchill. Any interesting pickups this month, Blu-ray wise? I will be doing a Blu-ray haul next Tuesday. I want to say that's the 31st. Yeah. So that would be this Tuesday. Stay tuned, Alex. That video is coming. Top 5 favorite characters from the Suicide Squad. No particular order, Luke. I'll tell you. King Shark, Nom Nom, Bird. Love Sylvester Stallone in that. King Shark is up there. Peacemaker. I have a bias because I'm a wrestling fan and John Cena played Peacemaker. So happy for him. I mean, I would say Harley Quinn, but I wasn't really all that interested in her storyline in the Suicide Squad. But I think I would say she's an honorable mention. But yeah, so King Shark, Peacemaker for sure. Polka Dot Man, loved him. Bloodsport was really cool. And let's say Ratcatcher 2. She was really interesting. She was someone this is probably one of my biggest screw ups in any of my videos, guys, but I failed to mention Ratcatcher 2 in my Suicide Squad video proper. And I feel so terrible about it. Ratcatcher 2 was awesome. Her backstory with Taika Waititi as her dad. Brought so many tears to an eye in that theater. Tyler agrees. They should keep Toby and Andrew Spidey a surprise for the film itself, but something tells me they'll show it in a trailer. I really hope not, dude. I really, really hope not. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did, just to blow their entire load in the trailer, but yeah, they're probably gonna, show everybody all their cards. What film franchise has suffered the most from the law of diminishing returns with regard to quality? I'm not sure I understand this question, honestly. The law of diminishing returns with regard to quality. Could you rephrase this question? I'll come back to it. Alex, I don't want them to show up, Toby or Andrew, in the trailer, but I got a feeling they will pop up. Yeah, that's what Tyler was saying also. I'm right there with you all. I really, really hope that they don't show up at all, and they just keep it a surprise for the actual film once that comes out. But yeah, that is for sure the most anticipated film of the year. Do I think it'll be the best film of the year? I don't know. It's all going to come down to a personal preference. It's all up in the air. But certainly the most anticipated film of the rest of 2021 for me, which is different from best film of the year. Isn't that right, Amanda? If she's watching the replay, she's going to be so upset with me. Alex, do you play video games? Yes, I do. I've really gotten back into playing Call of Duty recently. A friend of mine got me back into playing Cold War. Really, really fun game for sure. But I've mainly been playing like arcade style games. I played Crash Bandicoot a lot as a kid, And I recently just passed to the first 2 Crash Bandicoot games when they were, I don't know what the remastered is the word I'm looking for. They released the trilogy of original Crash Bandicoot games remastered on the PS4. I passed through the first 2 games and I forgot how hard those games were. I never had trouble with them as a kid, but as an adult, I really struggled to get through them. I did. I got through the first 2. I'm stuck on a level in Warped, and I haven't gone back to it since. But video games, other than that, I mean, Call of Duty, obviously. I was a big Halo guy growing up, but I have a PlayStation now, not an Xbox. So they don't make Halo for PlayStation, last time I remembered. I'm a big Madden guy. I like doing team rebuilds and all that, in my spare time. That's really fun. Not that my team that I pick for franchise usually is a rebuild team, because my favorite team is the Seahawks. So let me know who your favorite sports team is down in the comments section below. Do you watch football? Do you guys watch baseball? What do you guys? What's your guys' jam? I'm happy to talk sports with you guys too. Movie Man, do you think it's possible to create if I can English today, to create a quality film adaptation of a video game? If so, which video game or video game franchise? Well, here's the thing, Movie Man. They had potential to create something really cool. It's called Assassin's Creed. I don't know if you guys remember this. It stars Michael Fassbender and Marion Cotillard. It was directed by the guy that did the Scottish play, the film adaptation of Macbeth. So they did an Assassin's Creed film, and it was confusing as all hell. I know that they're making a Netflix adaptation, but all I can do is keep my fingers crossed. The quality film adaptation, I know Luke in the chat, sorry to call you out, buddy, but I know he hated the new Mortal Kombat. I didn't mind it. I thought it was fun. I didn't really think they should have told us that they were doing a sequel, and they should have waited for their money returns. But in any regard, I mean, I think it's definitely possible. I have hope that the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg is going to be good. I would love to see an adaptation of Red Dead Redemption at some point, whether or not it's in film. I think it'd be better served as a TV series overall. I think it would be really, really, really wonderful. Like, imagine like Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead coming in. Maybe not him because he's too recognizable from The Walking Dead, but imagine him coming in and playing like Arthur Morgan or John Marston in Red Dead Redemption. I would love to see that. I'm super excited to check out The Last of Us and that edition. I think that's coming to HBO Max, if I remember right. I don't remember what streaming medium it's coming to, but the one with Pedro Pascal. Super excited to check that out. Luke says the only upcoming movie trailers I can watch multiple times is Jackass Forever. Okay. Oh, you're a fan of Jackass. I didn't know that. Honestly, I mean, Jackass it's just silly. I mean, they're just stupid guys doing stupid shit all the time. I mean, I've seen that I don't think I'm gonna watch that Jackass movie though, honestly, just because I know what to expect. And I was never the biggest Jackass fan. I thought it was funny once, but I'm like, that's enough. That's enough. Maybe another time, maybe when I can stomach it more. Am I excited for Candyman? Yes. Am I excited for Halloween Kills? Not really. I mean, like, what Halloween movie is this? Like the 12th, 13th? Like, I know what it's gonna be. Going in. So, Alex says, "Oh, NBA 2K guy. Okay, basketball. What's your who's your team?" I'm a Bay Area guy, so I have a bunch of Warriors fans around me. My house is so my dad specifically is the one who got me into the Seahawks. Because that whole side of the family is from Washington originally, but we're down here in the Bay Area now. And he got me into the Seahawks, but my dad is still so salty that the Sonics relocated and became the Thunder. But I don't really have a basketball team. I was honestly kind of sick of the Warriors in the finals, but my brother's more of a NASCAR and NHL guy. Sharks guy. I'm a Sharks fan right here. I haven't been to a Sharks game in years, though. I got to change that because they're letting fans in the building this time. Basically, many film franchises have films that get worse as more of the yeah. Which one has had the worst track record? I see what you mean. Thank you for clarifying. I mean, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of those. I mean, we could do. I mean, if you want to get, if you want to get real, the Star Wars sequels got worse progressively as more of them came out. Force Awakens, classic. And I was one of those few people that really enjoyed The Last Jedi. I really, really respected where Rian Johnson was going, but Disney didn't have a blueprint, and they didn't really have a plan for what they wanted to do with that sequel series. I think if they had a more solid plan going into The Force Awakens, it would have been such a better laid out and such a better told story. You know what I mean? Adrian, what's a new MCU character that I don't dig at all? New MCU character I don't dig at all. I mean, I loved Yelena Belova in Black Widow. I loved Mobius in Low Key. I mean, if you want to get real about this, I'm gonna go with the Flag Smashers. I was not a huge fan of them in Falcon and Winter Soldier. They just felt like imagine if Falcon and Winter Soldier was more so about Sam versus John Walker. Like, how much more interesting of a character study would that have been for both sides? But then instead, you get the Flag Smashers just coming in and wrecking all of our fun. I mean, I get what they were going for, but wasn't a fan. I didn't hate the new Mortal Kombat movie. Oh, I must have misheard you. My apologies, man. Do I have any favorite anime? No, because I do not watch anime, unfortunately. I mean, I do watch some Studio Ghibli stuff, Spirited Away, and I watched Ponyo when I was in middle school, and I don't remember too much about watching Ponyo. I remember thinking it was so strange, but I can enjoy it. I just don't watch it as hardcore as some of you guys do. Have I seen the 2003 Korean revenge film Old Boy? I have not. That's another shocking film that I can add to that list for sure. Okay. Alex, you're from Cleveland. Cavaliers. Okay. And a LeBron fan. Oh man. Did you like Space Jam? Did you like that sequel? I sure did. That was so fun. Really liked that. Oh, what's up, superhero fan? How you doing? Yeah, I see you in the comments all the time. Thank you so much for your support of the channel, man. Favorite animated movies of the 2010s? Zootopia. The Zootopia, I think, is top 3 Disney animated film of all time. Only 2 ones I think are better than Zootopia are Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin. Then Zootopia is number 3 for me. It's close, though, between that and Aladdin. I love Zootopia so much. You got to put Coco in there. You got to put Toy Story 3. You got to put The Usual Suspects in there. Well, that's not an animated film. The Usual Suspects of the classic 2010 the 2010 animated films. Have I watched the Last Dance documentary? I haven't. I heard it was really, really interesting though. I got to watch that on Netflix. Yeah, I think that's on Netflix. Tyler hates Fast and Furious, and oh, here's a hot take. He does not like Lord of the Rings, and you don't like Game of Thrones. I mean, I respect your opinion, man, but God, that was a lot to take in. By the way, to all my viewers who've been with me for a while, don't think I've forgotten about Game of Thrones. I will finish that binge. 100%. You have my word. Thoughts on Super Troopers? It's weird. It's weird. There you go. Movie man, any film you've seen that was so dark and depressing that you never want to see it again? House of Sand and Fog was mine. Never seen that one either. Got to put that on the list now that you mention it. But my goodness. So here's a story for you. It's actually about the first time I ever sat down and watched Hereditary, which is a film I gave an A+ to. This is back around the late stages of when I was working at a movie theater. I want to say this was about 4 years ago whenever Hereditary came out. But my managers would always hold these early screenings for the employees. So these would be held after closing, and we would go into these theaters, pitch black, it's completely closed off, and we would just watch whatever new movie was coming out. So one of these employee showings was Hereditary. So that meant that we did not start the movie after closing, and it came out in the summertime, I want to say. Um, and we didn't start that movie until I want to say like 1:45, and we weren't out of that theater until like I want to say 3:00 in the morning. And after sitting through Hereditary like in the nighttime, I loved the movie. Don't get me wrong, but at the time I was like, I never want to sit down and watch this damn movie ever again, because I could only hear that tongue click so many times in my head on that drive home at 3 a.m. It was, oh man, it was a feeling I never want to feel again. So that's why I only watch Hereditary in the daytime now. But I did see one from Screen Kings. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Dark and depressing. Mine was Requiem for a Dream. That's another one. I own the Blu-ray, but like I don't remember ever popping in the Blu-ray for Requiem for a Dream. Not once. It was so depressing. Tyler says greatest revenge flick he's ever seen was that Old Boy Korean film he was talking about. I gotta watch it, man. I gotta watch it. You know, it sounds like it's an instant classic. Alex didn't mind Space Jam 2. He'll buy it on 4K. Good man, as Jack Nicholson would say. Luke says Coco is his favorite Pixar movie. Interesting choice. I love Coco a lot. I would say my top 2 Pixars are still Finding Nemo and still Inside Out, even with Soul and Luca both coming out. Let me know down in the comments what your guys' favorite Pixar movie is, and I'll go ahead and list them off here. And yeah, he's asking, Screen Kings is asking me, do I watch any HBO shows lately? I've been meaning to watch Mare of Easttown with Kate Winslet, but I just haven't had the chance to sit down and sit through it just because I've had so many other things in front of me lately. You know, I was telling them I was going to go see Candyman tomorrow night with some coworkers, and I still got to watch the iCarly finale that aired on Paramount Plus. So expect a TV Thoughts video from me on iCarly. But HBO shows, no. I mean, I want to see freaking Mare of Easttown just because I heard it was so good. Tyler brought up Green Mile, dark and depressing. Also came out in 99. Same director as Shawshank. That's absolutely right. Written by Stephen King. 10 out of 10. That's a 3-hour movie, too. God damn, that's a long one. But I don't remember a time I've ever sat back and popped in the Green Mile again on a rewatch. But maybe I'll be in the mood. Maybe I'll be in that weird mood to be like, hey, I want to watch Green Mile tonight. But who's ever said that? Superhero fan says, just rewatched the Lego movie recently and forgot how genius it really is. Everything is awesome in that movie. How could you not like it? Thinks it's a masterpiece. Wow. I don't know if I'd go as far as saying masterpiece, but I think it's certainly one of my favorite films from 2014, which had a lot of really good ones. But masterpiece, I don't think so. I definitely think it's a very, very fun kids movie. It's like that and Kung Fu Panda. That's kind of apples and oranges here, but you'll get what I'm saying here. But if you were to look at those 2 titles, the Lego Movie and Kung Fu Panda, you would think that they were just going to be the biggest pieces of garbage animated movies ever. But the message of these movies, I would say, I mean, taking their themes out of the equation, don't judge a book by its cover. Always give a movie a chance, because the Lego Movie I gave a valid chance and I freaking loved it. I own the first Lego Movie. I own all of them, not the Lego Ninjago one because that was weird. But that infected arm still haunts my dreams. Yep. There you go. Simpsons movie just pisses you off. I had fun with it. I remember going to see it as a kid in the theaters, and that was like some of the only exposure I've ever gotten to The Simpsons when I was a kid. But I liked it. What's going on, Jovan? Happy to see you here. His favorite Pixar film is Toy Story 2. You know what? I think that's the best Toy Story out of the 4. That's the best one. I am not even joking you. I love that film. Luke is asking me, are you going to pick up Cruella when it comes out? Already pre-ordered, buddy. Already pre-ordered. Disney Movie Club. Those of you who are members of Disney Movie Club, they offer you the featured title every year. Well, I got a bundle with Cruella and the original 101 Dalmatians, which I oddly don't have in my collection. So I was like, I got to accept it this time. Alex says the first Toy Story movie for sure. That's definitely a classic. It was a game changer for Pixar for sure. Oh, yeah. Here's a good comment. Alex says he recently watched The Departed and he forgot how incredible the film is. Well, one thing I can tell you, the film's 15th anniversary is coming up. I want to say October 13th is the 15th anniversary, 2006 winner for Best Picture. I'm going to be reviewing that film. I'm going to do a retro review for you guys, so stay tuned for that one next month. Movie Man says The Green Mile is definitely a long one. It is a long one. It is a long one. Excuse me, 3 hours. I got to take another sip of this, guys. That hits the spot. Again, Pepsi, you got to drink it for sure. But The Green Mile, you remember long movies used to come with 2 VHS tapes back in the day. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't around long enough to be a VHS collector. I mean, I was just collecting wrestling VHSs when I was a little kid. I wasn't collecting like the movie clamshells or anything like that. Maybe the Disney ones, but I didn't really like fully get into film until I was a little bit like older. I want to say around middle school was when I really got into film. But Superhero Fan says movies that don't hold up for me. Mine is Ralph Breaks the Internet. What? You absolutely can't stand that movie. Why? I love that film. It's so fun. I mean, if you say it feels like Emoji Movie 2.0, that's obviously, this movie is obviously a million times better than the Emoji Movie. But I mean, Ralph Breaks, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, man. I love that film. I love that film. But movies that don't hold up for me. Does the David Ayer Suicide Squad count? Because I saw that movie when I really needed to cheer me up like 5 years ago, I want to say, when it came out in theaters. And it basically came out at the right place at the right time, and it entertained me for 2 hours. It was exactly what it should have been. But then I went and rewatched it, and it didn't hold up at all. It didn't hold up at all. The second and third acts were just one big, gigantic city scene. That's all it was. That's all it was. Albert Brooks' character in the Simpsons movie really bugs me a lot. I would have liked it if it wasn't for that reason. Okay, I can understand you, but I mean, President Schwarzenegger, that's too funny. I was elected to lead, not to read. Number 3. You're welcome. Would you consider Into the Wild a hidden gem, starring Emile Hirsch? Yeah, I believe that was directed by Sean Penn. I really dug the movie, actually. I really enjoyed it. I think Luke and I were actually discussing this the other day. Movies where I think the book is better. I honestly think the book of Into the Wild is a lot more fascinating than the actual film. I mean, don't get me wrong. Emile Hirsch is fascinating to watch, and Christopher McCandless was an interesting human being. But, I mean, if you read the book, like, wow. It was really, really interesting, for sure, I think. Do I collect Funko Pops? Yes, I do. I actually have a few of them up here. I'm just going to move my laptop so you guys can kind of see. Where is it? There we go. I have some up here. I don't have any up there. Disregard that. But not very many. Not very many. But I'm looking to get more. Looking to get more when I can. When and if I can. But yeah, they're actually mainly there's mainly some wrestling pops up there. I have the Fiend. R.I.P. in peace, because he is released. Superhero Fan 198. Up, Incredibles and Toy Story Trilogy are my favorite Pixar movies. They'll never get old to me. Yeah, those are. I love Up. I love the first Incredibles. I love the second Incredibles also. It's a great film. It has a really, really great message for the. I think honestly, this is gonna sound like a strange little this is just how I interpreted the film, but. The Incredibles 2, its message is about basically being out in the open of who you are. It's a really inspiring message for everybody. I mean, yeah, it's a really inspiring message for living in right now, for sure. Movie Man, if you could only use 3 streaming services or apps for movies and TV shows, oh, God, dude. Disney Plus for sure. And then I would probably say... so Disney Plus, I would get the package, so I'll count that as one. So it would have Hulu and ESPN Plus, Disney bundle. I would get Peacock. I would have Peacock mainly because of the WWE Network, and you also have all The Office on Peacock, and Netflix. There you go. The Men Who Stare at Goats didn't hold up for me. I've never seen that either. Man, you guys are throwing out a lot of hidden gems I've never seen. I'm putting these all on my list. You better believe I'm putting those all on my list. Uncut Gems, a hidden gem. I know it's an well, that's Adam Sandler's best performance of his whole career. So I don't know how much of a hidden gem that one is. Are you a fan of Ralph the Movie Maker, IHE, Chris? I'm fans of the last three right there, and I will admit, Chris Stuckman. I mean, a lot of people have said like, yeah, no, you look exactly, your layout looks exactly like Stuckman. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm finding my own style, guys. I mean, I've only been doing this for a year, and he's been doing it for like what 10, 11. I'm not copying off of him. I don't want to say I'm copying off of him because I'm not. I'm finding my own voice here, but I am a fan of Chris Stuckman. I am a fan of Jeremy Johns for sure. He's so energetic, and the flick pick, yeah. My buddy Jacob Hubbard actually won a giveaway for sure. Adrian, Yes Man, love Yes Man. That's so underrated. I love Yes Man. What's a film you love in a genre you don't really enjoy? Well, I will say I'm not a big fan of the romance genre per se, but one that I watched recently that really tugged at my heartstrings was Sleepless in Seattle, starring Tom Hanks. Love Sleepless in Seattle. Such a great film. American Animals, Luke, you're really beefing up this list of hidden gems for me. Love that. I mean, I love that you're giving me new ideas, guys. Screen Kings is browsing my channel content. Am I a huge Survivor fan? Yes, I am. Loves Winners at War. Loves the fact that Tony Vlachos actually won the big one and that he's King Tony Vlachos. Hate the Edge of Extinction twist with a fiery passion. The person who was voted out first should never have a chance at winning the game. That's for sure. Super excited for a few weeks from now. We're getting some new Survivor content. I've actually been binging some old seasons in the to kind of fill that void of my excuse me. I got to take a drink here. But yeah, no Survivor in my life over this past year has left a big void, I guess. So was binging a lot of old seasons recently. This is going to sound really odd, but I just finished season 35, Heroes, Healers, and Hustlers, the Triple H season. It's a fun one. I enjoy it. The fire-making twist, yeah, definitely felt a bit rigged in hindsight, but I enjoyed it. Favorite Michael J. Fox film besides Back to the Future? Oh, God. I will say, even though he's not starring in this film, one that I really, really respected him in was this one, The American President. This one stars Michael Douglas. It's a romantic comedy. Really, really, really dig that film. It's such a sweet little story. Michael J. Fox, I want to say, plays the President Michael Douglas's main aide in that film, and he's really, really good in it. I mean, besides that, I would say this is going to sound really stupid, but I would say Stuart Little, mainly because that's the only other one I can think of. But what are 3 movies you don't understand why they got so much hate? Gladiator is one that I don't understand why it gets all the hate it does. I get it's long, but it's an epic. It's a brutal epic. Got to watch Gladiator at least once a year. Any other films that I don't understand the hate for? I'm trying to look on my shelves now just to kind of get inspiration here. I would say The Island. The Island is one just because, Michael Bay. Luke is going to be very proud of me. I watched The Island for the first time not too long ago, and I really dug the premise. I really dug it. Most critical movie critic I've seen. I mean, I try to keep the toxicity out of my life, so I can't really answer that question. So, Luke, I actually watched The American President for the first time last night, and I really enjoyed it. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, anytime. If you guys need new recommendations, here I am. Absolutely. Favorite Todd Phillips movie? That's the guy that did the Joker, right? No other Todd Phillips movies really spring to mind here. I'm actually going to look this up real quick. Todd Phillips filmography while I'm doing this. But one thing I will say about the Joker that I really, really dug, just what Joaquin Phoenix did with the laugh. So great. Oh, he did Old School and the Hangover films? What? No way. No way. That's the same guy that did the Joker. Oh my God. That's that's so crazy to me. I'm just finding this out right now. But I mean, the first Hangover film I really like. Old School is a really funny film with Will Ferrell. Just kind of going right back to it. But oh, Alex, would you check out The Hard Way in Life with Mikey? Love those films starring Michael J. Fox. Again, beefing up my list of recommendations, guys. Thank you all so very much for helping me out. If you're having Survivor withdrawals, I suggest you check out Australian Survivor. They got longer episodes and they make the contestants more likable. Ah, yeah. You know, I was thinking about checking out Australian Survivor, but I don't know. I saw Russell Hantz was on a season of Australian Survivor. I mean, like, he's someone that you just can't make likable, you know, with any sort of edit. He was just so arrogant out on the island. He thought he had the game in the bag. If I would play, what would be your strategy? Well, I can't. If I were to play, I wouldn't reveal my strategy here because then I'd be voted off. So, superhero fan 198, unpopular opinion. Iron Man 3 is pretty underrated. I like that they removed Tony Stark out of the suit and they have him learn that he's still Iron Man out of the suit. Yeah, it's definitely better than Iron Man 2, but it is definitely a huge mess in my eyes. I can't wait to get the vindication of actually seeing the real Mandarin on the big screen soon. But Luke says Stuart Little was his childhood. Yeah, it was my childhood too. It was such a, I mean, the second film is even worse, but the first film is kind of a guilty pleasure for sure. He asks, do I watch Sean Chandler? Yes. Not only do I watch Sean Chandler, I've actually, I mean, I haven't like collabed with him, but he has given me some advice in the past on how to, you know, kind of get your footing in as a YouTube film critic. And he actually does this crap for a living. So you gotta give the man his props for sure. He is one of the hardest working people I've met on here. And he's a really good content creator. What can I say about the guy that hasn't been said? He's awesome. Sean, if you happen to be watching this, what's up? You're the best, man. The Luke, thoughts on the Harold and Kumar trilogy? This is going to be really dumb of me, but I'm going to look that up and see what that is. Harold and Kumar. You know what? I actually have not seen these. So again, I'm going to add them to my list. Thank you, Luke, for doing that and for making me awkwardly search up what that is. But in any case, Alex says Sean Chandler is awesome. He is. He is awesome. And you guys should go support him. He's got like 300 some odd thousand subscribers or something like that, which is insane. But yeah, go check him out if you haven't already. And just a reminder, folks, while I'm on the topic of subscribing, hit that subscribe button down below for me as well. I'm on the, let's see, guys. I think like this might be a bit of a long shot because we only got like 4 months left in 2021, but I think we can do it. Let's see if we can get this channel to 1,000. Let's see if we can get it to 1,000. I think we can do it. But guys, yeah, you guys are all the best. Again, thank you again so much for all your support. I'm more than happy to take some more final questions as they trickle in. But a few things you can expect from me from the channel coming up. Like I said earlier, I have a Candyman screening to go to tomorrow night. I'm probably going to log off and watch that iCarly finale, and then I'll get a TV thoughts out there for you guys on the whole season. It's interesting to watch those characters again. Do you guys want to see a review for Sweet Girl that came out on Netflix with Jason Momoa? Let me know down in the comments. I'm thinking about watching that too. I will be checking out Shang-Chi next weekend, opening weekend. You have no idea how pumped I am to check that out. After seeing that trailer as many times as I have in the theaters, looks dope. It looks so dope. And also expect to see my reviews for the Daniel Craig James Bond films to come out for sure. I'm gonna try and shoot those out on Wednesdays throughout September. Either the 1st or the 8th, expect my first one with Casino Royale. And then every Wednesday after that, expect a new Bond review at that point. All in the build up to No Time to Die, which is finally coming out on October 8th. I never thought I would see No Time to Die, but here we are. Can't wait to check that out. Let me know if you're hyped for No Time to Die down in the chat as well. Besides that, guys, my next live stream, it's not going to be a Q&A, but I'm actually going to be bringing on my good friend Jacob Hubbard if you don't know who he is, check him out on YouTube. He's a great content creator as well. But Jacob and I are actually going to be ranking the M. Night Shyamalan films because Old has been out in theaters for a solid month now. I think we've let the weird Shyamalan twists kind of, dissolve in our minds for a little while. So we've had that time. So we've had time to think about it. And now I think we're ready to bring you, we're going to rank all of Shyamalan's films, all 12 of them. There's 12 now with Old. So that should be a very, very fun stream for you guys. That'll be this Sunday in the afternoon at noon Pacific Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. But yeah, stay tuned for all that and much, much more, my friends. Last questions. I'm a big Bond fan, so of course I'm excited for No Time to Die. I'm so stoked for that, guys. What are my favorite Edward Norton performances? American History X is certainly up there. I mean, I did give that film another chance, and he is just mesmerizing to watch. It's just a hard film to stomach. That's another film that doesn't really have that rewatchability factor for me as American History X, as much of a masterpiece as people may think it is. But yeah, Homecoming or Far From Home, much prefer Homecoming. Far From Home for me. I think that one is much better. I think it's more well-rounded story. I think there's a better villain in Far From Home as well. It just feels like to me there's a lot more at stake in Far From Home than there is in Homecoming, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being like a smaller style film, but Far From Home, it just felt like there was more on the line, and I felt more invested for that reason. Adrian, there's this Netflix show called Julie and the Phantoms, which I recommended you to check out because it's really good. I'll get there for sure. But with that said, folks, again, I thank you all so much for joining the stream tonight. I'm excited to do it a lot more with you guys. Last thing, funniest death in the Suicide Squad, Pete Davidson's character. Morbid shit right there. But Alex, thank you so much for the kind words. Just keep grinding. And that goes for each and every single one of you as well. You'll eventually get here. So, guys, let's all support each other. Let's all love each other. Let's all love the movies. And again, thank you all so much again. It really, really does mean the world. Thank you again, guys. See you next time. Peace out.